Right guys, so welcome to your Mobility for Muay Thai. We're joined with our good friend Liam Harrison, 8 times world Muay Thai champion. And I suppose the catalyst for starting this book off was some discussions that Liam and I had about sort of warming up and common injuries in Muay Thai. And I think there's probably a lot of old school dogma, isn't there, in the traditional ways that people warm up?
Yeah, there's a lot of running, a lot of skipping, there's not much mobility, there's not much stretching, and this is something I found out as my career progressed and I've got a little bit older, and I've realised that I have had to change things up a little bit just to get used to injury prevention and stuff like that, and longevity, and making my career just last that little bit extra longer and not picking up as many injuries.
And so traditionally, like we've said before, it's skipping or it's running.
Yeah, especially if you've been at a camp in Thailand, and this is why I think the Thais are all retired, like into the the mid to late 20s. You don't get many of them that are going into the 30s because they're running crazy amounts every day, every morning. They're skipping, and whenever I've been in a camp in Thailand, I've never seen them stretching.
Yeah.
I've never seen them doing mobility.
Yeah.
I've never seen them on bands or doing anything like that. So this is probably one of the factors why they're all retired so early.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, we've worked together for about the last probably 8-9 weeks, haven't we? When you started your camp. And you've also been working with a couple of strength and conditioning coaches.
Yeah, and I've actually been working with a bit of a mobility coach as well, just trying to add little bits of extra stuff in anywhere I can, really.
So from your perspective, it's about increasing the extent of your career, so getting another couple of years out of your career.
Yeah, I'm on the back end now. I'm in my mid-30s.
Yeah.
If I can get another 2-3 years out of it, I'll be happy.
If people watching this, though, are kind of in their 20s, just starting off their Thai boxing career, what do you think this offers them in terms of, like, you know, the benefits to them, if you like?
Well, longevity, really, because if you just jump into it and doing all these old school like ways of training and stuff like that, you're going to find yourself, especially if you started in your 20s. I was lucky, I started in early teens. I was like 13 when I started, so I was young, I was fresh. I wasn't really picking up much injuries until I got into my mid-20s. If you're just starting off in your mid-20s and you're not bringing in some of these like ways of training to help the injury prevention, you're going to struggle as you get towards your 30s.
Yeah. So what we're going to do in the book this morning, in fact, not this morning, what we're going to do in the book is, we're about to cut that.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do in this book...
No, just start again.
Okay.
Leave a pause.
So what we're going to do in this book is we're going to put together a movement prep, a warm-up, before you go into your sparring or into your actual pad work sessions. And then we're going to put together an injury toolbox. So for those of you struggling with ankles, hips, thoracic spine, shoulders, the common areas where you tend to get problems in Thai, we're going to put together a little toolbox. So you'll be able to access the warm-up, and that's what Liam and I are going to go through now. And then you'll be able to access these individual toolboxes to basically address some of those issues and niggles that might arise as a result of just the normal sort of consequences of training, taking impact, taking blows, that sort of stuff.